if a city doesn't have, major league sports teams, they lose a part of the fabric of their society. It's corporations look for cities that have this because it's not only it's an opportunity to entertain people, but it just becomes part of your life. And one of the things we do with the Sports Hall of Fame I was touching on earlier is that supporting 30 youth sports organizations. Really, sports teaches the basics that you need to get through life. One of the stories I talk about is how, when they give out ribbons and participation trophies and all that, that hopefully that's starting to change because real life is not about that. One of the great things about sports is it's like you want to go out for the team, be it whatever, basketball, baseball, football, whatever. And you go to the coach, you go to your parents, and you say, well, what do I need to do to make the team? And they can give you a game plan, and you go out and you work real hard. You may or may not make that team. What lessons does that teach you? Then let's say you do make the team. You don't necessarily get to play. And then, okay, you make the team and you are playing. Are you the star? No, maybe not. And then you're the star in that team, you're getting to play a lot, but you're losing all the time. It teaches you come out of that, and whatever line of work you get into, it teaches you perseverance, and you keep trying. And everybody in here is in sales of some sort. Whether you're selling a product or you're selling your ideas, or you're selling yourself to your co-workers. You're not always successful. You look at baseball, if you're a 300 hitter, you're in the Hall of Fame. You're hitting 3 out of 10 times. In sales, if you're hitting 1 out of 10, you're doing great. But what it teaches you just keep, so you go, you put together a great presentation, and you go out and you think you're going to get the job or the contract, and you don't get it. Do you go back and do you quit? No. You go back, you figure out why didn't you get it. I've got to work a little bit harder. And sometimes things just don't work out. You can give it all your best, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. I had a chat with a friend of mine I've known for 30 years. He's been on our board, attorney in town, and he has. We've had a great relationship. We've argued against each other at times. When I was working indirectly with the Broncos, and he was with the baseball team in town, and they were coming to town and stuff. But he hasn't been involved on our board much lately because he was fighting leukemia, and then he beat that a couple of years ago, and then he had a heart attack in the hospital, and then he's gotten melanoma now, and he's about 72 years old, and we were chatting, and he just said, he says, I just got dealt. He said, it's this life. He says, I got dealt some low cards, and you just got to face it. You got to deal with it, and that's part of the sports background.